Tom Trento, Director of the United West, with critically important information for 454 days from today, November 3rd, 2020. The election of a lifetime. You've heard that, but indeed it is. But for your intellectual, your political, your cultural, and your spiritual edification and preparation, a team of unique experts are being brought together on September 21st in Sarasota, Florida, America the Truth Conference, and with me right now, one of the leaders and one of the speakers, John Michael Chambers. John, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tom. Nice to be with you. Looking forward to the conference.
Yeah, look, you're doing phenomenal work on so many areas. Political analysis, economic analysis, deep state digging. What are you going to do on the 21st of September, America the Truth? Give the viewers a little insight.
You bet. Well, first, I'm honored to be the master of ceremonies, if you will, at this event as well, among a panel of great speakers. I'm going to be talking about Trump, the declassification and the death of globalism. President Trump reminds us, he said, we must not surrender to the false song of globalism. And I'm going to be unpacking all the issues of the things we've accomplished and the things that are underway and the challenges that are facing us and what we can do as patriots to support this great president and the challenges that face this country today. Globalism is something that the president is not a big fan of. He wants to return sovereignty to this nation. And I'm going to be talking about these very specific issues.
I mean, the joke, John, that little statement resonates so well with me, who's a fairly logical person. But if one of the Marxist Democrats hears that, oh my God, this guy's a racist, this guy's a white nationalist, the word sovereignty has lost all meaning. How do we return to a logical, you know what, hold that. Let me introduce Dr. Kirk Elliott, because I want to have him, both of you, answer how we regain America the Beautiful. Dr. Elliott, how you doing?
I'm doing so great, Tom. It's great to be with you today.
And what are you doing? I know you're dealing with the socialism, Marxism element. Share it with the viewers.
Yeah, so the election of 2020 is pivotal, and as we're watching like the Democratic, the debates on TV, the first couple of them that we've seen, it's crazy because the people that we thought were very leftist a year ago are now moderates on the left because we've taken this slippery slope when you've got Elizabeth Warren and AOC and some of the others that are moving socialism, fully manifested as communism. And the policies that they're enacting that nobody could possibly afford would be devastating for the economy. And so a lot of this is common sense, but there's things underlying there that I'm going to unpack at this conference so we understand, all of us that are attendees there and all of us that will be watching, what is the difference between socialism and capitalism? How is this slippery slope down the road to communism going to affect us, and what does Trump have to deal with? Because some of the things that we're looking at are completely unsustainable and would destroy our country and the fabric of everything that the founding fathers put together for generations.
Yeah, I think you just hit the nail on the head when you said our country and the founding fathers. I see a tremendous equivocation. This is for both of you guys. Tremendous equivocation when you hear the Marxists on the left, and they're doctrinaire Marxists, that's their position. Socialism, as we know, is simply the train ride to Marxism, with them being the Politburo. But when they talk about we're trying to save our country, and we talk about we're trying to save our country, how is an attendee at America the Truth Conference, and I'm asking both of you now, John, you go first. I'm asking you, how is a regular person, not people involved like us, but a regular person we want to attend, to understand when the left says we want to save our country and when the right says we want to save our country? How is somebody supposed to understand the distinctions?
Well, what we're trying to do is resurrect America, and I think that the average person, well, look, the folks on the left, they have a different vision of what America is, and they're embracing globalism, and they perhaps don't even understand what socialism really is and what it will lead to. The folks on the right need to really understand the dangers as Trump is trying to strip away the power from the totalitarianism, tyrannical police state that they have in store for us. And we're going to, I think collectively, all the speakers are going to be laying the case for how significant this election cycle is, not to scare people, but to inform people, so people get out and vote and get other Republicans to register and vote, because the Democrats are imploding, doing a fine job of that on their own. I think a lot of Democrats, as well as folks in the black community, are going to be coming over to our side because they're not in favor of killing newborn babies. They're not in favor of having their pockets emptied through socialism.
All right, absolutely. That's the situation. Dr. Elliott, what 2 or 3 takeaways are the attendees at America the Truth Conference in Sarasota, September 21st? What are they going to take away from your presentation?
Well, number one, Tom, is it's a clash of worldviews here. You've got one that's based on God's standard of personal freedom, religious freedom, economic freedom, and all these freedoms that we have. And then you've got another worldview which is anti-freedom. It truly is anti-freedom. And so when you have the two different sides and there nobody wants to debate. All they want to do is just shout and say, I'm right and you're wrong, and dialogue has gone away. So point number 2 is, how can we somehow, where it seems impossible, find what we have in common with somebody who may be a Marxist to actually open up dialogue and get things changed and get communication opening when nobody wants to have dialogue in today's world. They just want to shout that they're right and you're wrong. And so kind of identifying and sifting through the truth and the lies and understanding how to differentiate between those. And then you just apply that to common sense, Tom, as point number 3. Are any of these plans sustainable? And if not, well, then let's not even talk about them. And so engaging the audience on how to have dialogue on something that doesn't make sense, you can actually now teach people on our side and hopefully engage with people on the other side to actually move forward with some progress on communication.
Well, look, I thank you guys for spending a little time with us here at the United West. And we are going to be there. And Dr. Elliott, I'm going to be hanging on every word you just said. If you can teach people how to understand and respond to the other side, my hat is off to you. I bow to you. I'll be there because I'm one of the speakers also at this event. And we have 2 other very unique experts. Trevor Loudon, we all know Trevor, does phenomenal work. He'll be one of the, can you believe this? We got these 2 guys, we got Trevor Loudon, we got me, and then we have a special guest. We have Pastor Umar Malinde from Uganda. In 2011, he was the pastor who was attacked by Muslim jihadis. They threw acid in his face, and the United West did a video on his story when we were in Israel. He will be in person, and we haven't seen him since February of 2012. He will be there doing one of the presentations. What an event. Gentlemen, 30 seconds from each of you. Dr. Elliott, you go first. Why should people come to America the Truth Conference?
10 seconds. You need to attend America the Truth Conference because we are hanging on the balance of God's worldview versus man's worldview. And this election is pivotal on moving the country in the right direction. You cannot have morals and freedom without God. Some people think that you can without God, but you absolutely can't. So we have to understand that and move forward the way that God would have it.
John Michael Chambers, tell the folks why they should be there September 21st, America the Truth, Sarasota.
Well, because there are 3 things that cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Come join us at the Truth Conference. And why? because freedom, it's up to us. When your children and grandchildren ask you, what were you doing when the global governance was being thrust down the throat of America and the world? It's up to us, folks. So come join us. I look forward to seeing you.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard from two of the experts. Included with them is Trevor Loudon and Umar Melinde. I'll be there myself. So please join us. It's critically important. Sarasota, Florida, September 21st, 2019. America, the truth.